Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sicily here on the Lord Master channel. This Crusader KX3 series has been going on for, it's been a while now. But in actuality, I've actually been doing this for about a week or so. Because I've been recording awfully fast in terms of how many episodes I've produced. Only because it's a novel series or something that is, new to me. Until that novelty wears off a bit as the series progresses. Even though I do have other ongoing video series that I also do that's, unrelated to this. Which is something that's going to be characterized for the near future of my channel, where I post videos of this, post videos of that video series, and post videos of this video series. This and that and the other. But now, anyways, here in southern Italy, we have united the digital realms of the duchies of Calabria, Salerno, but not yet of Maui, because that one is going to take a bit more than that, because it needs Apulia, Esperanza, and Volterra. We could acquire more land, but obviously we fought a long war against Byzantium, where if we fight another long offensive war, people will not like it and there'll be peasant revolts, so kind of don't want to have that on my conscience. So there will be peace in our time for the next couple of years, unless old age takes me away. And I know it's a bit controversial that some of you are wondering, why did you do that? In the sense of impassive succession, in which now you're going towards competitive and possibly antagonistic on the Helsinki level. Like, why would you want to partition Rome with many of your sons taking certain lands? Because it's to show, one, it's to, get out of the above vassal limit and above domain limit, as I cannot be the one to control my lands, and none of my sons will have the same stewardship skills I have. None of them will live up to it. So they're going to have to learn the lessons in vassalage when they work with all those people that I've placed them there as vassals. So cooperate with the locals or else. But I'm actually going to be raising some money for the next grand activity I'll do. A grand tour, which it will be a taxation tour, in which, for examples, yeah, of course it'll cost you a lot, but I have a tendency to, don't use any luxuries. Like, do you want to have a small entourage, modest, or every damn body? Even though the every damn body option that I just said would be most suitable, because you would be bringing children along for them to get their wanderer trade experience up as they go around and all that. So 187 is the number. So we can wait a couple months before I will go on the grand tour. As I stated, there will be peace in our time. So, oh, one more thing. Reset the perks. And some of you are wondering, why? Don't worry, most of the perks will be retained as it is, the way I placed it there. We'll keep Architect. And need the golden obligations, because you still need that. And I did say there will be peace, so instead of war profiteering of Montenegro war, vassal tax contribution goes up a bit. So we get more money from vassals themselves. And still gotta serve the crown to keep the control as it is. Now diplomacy. I originally did this to create the title of Salerno. Instead, going this way. Heart of the family. And Groom to Rule, where children will receive 1 to 3 extra skill points. So she gets 2 diplomacy. 1. 3 for Eugenio, so 3 martial. 2 for Tiberius. 2 for Stephanos. Xenon, 3. Tauret, 3. They did that just to give them more skills that they pick up for free. Knowing that I'm health intensive these days, should wash your hands knowing I'm going to be traveling. And also get this. Iron Constitution for disease resistant health. So I don't know if that applies to infirm. But put that on anyways. That says I'm going to be traveling around. Let me see. Decrease travel option cost. Storyteller. Promote cultural acceptance effectiveness. Increase the popular opinion of it. Aha! We could forget about inspections since, you know, Grand Tour is technically like a bit of an inspection activity myself. I mean, I won't be doing, you know, inspecting the lands anymore, but that option of the people to increase popular opinion of any realm county I will travel to, oh, that helps. That will definitely help me. To some degree. I like that idea. Still get that different favorite culture opinion since I got rid of that through learning. We can get that back. May gain fame from travel and hike events. Fame is increased by 5 for every holding I visit. Yeah, go for that. It'll be way fairer then. And cultural acceptance effectiveness. Even though I would rather, you know, convert the culture, but this is just to have that. So these locals can stop looking to me more negatively. So, yes, even with Iron Constitution, it does not cancel out infirm, because this health trait is not a disease. This is old age. You're getting old, Saldan. Accept it. Accept your fate. And now wait a couple of months, and then we'll get to traveling. Okay, I was in the middle of texting. I never do the costly states of the realm. 187 is the magic number. Cultural fanatic is the same. One day as I was paying a visit to one of the minor dwellings of my capital county, someone manages to bypass a henchman and swiftly approaches me with dagger in hand, yelling, "This free to remember to stop converting the culture of my county, you lonely scum!" Fortunately, I have 2 bodyguards close to me. Nevertheless, I must fight for my life. I don't have the prowess like I used to, but I'll try to use diplomacy to influence a fanatic. Did I lose my bodyguard? Lost my bodyguard. Get me another one. Agatha. The other. The Wounds of War. Also, you can stop the Divine Charity thing. Just give me more monthly lifestyle experience. Hostage safe conduct is responsible for the oath of warden. I make a pact to honor to protect from harm, and yet Valeria now lays dead. There's nothing can be done. Emperor Augustus Louis will be furious once word reaches that the universe is regnant court and our agreements cast aside. Tragic. Sickly. There's some Arab-Berber dominance increased due to the presence of Muslim vassals that we have, even though they're Greek cultured, but Muslim nevertheless. Before my hostage, the Avars last arrived from Saturn. I'm sure my people will make it feel right at home. The pact is in place. Learn the African Vulgar language due to, the Afro-Roman culture of that spouse of mine. Well, I don't have any wards, guardians with me at this time. Who's raising you? No one? Yeah, I'll educate you, so I'll bring that back. Because getting these is no point, because you're not going to get healthier anytime soon. By the time you try to get these perks to increase health boost, it'll be too late by then. Zenon and Ahmed. Try to educate you as much as I can. Daughter. Secmis. What kind of name is that? Wait, it's an odd sounding name that I've never heard of before. I don't know if it's Greek or Arabic, but leave it there. Oh no, not again. Those people are trying to get me. World, know your sin. The dear Tricors. Oh, I would love to hunt, but I can't anymore. Because my health wouldn't let me. Actually, I can. Actually, no. Because you did that recently. You didn't read the fine print. Thank goodness you didn't make me attempt to hunt, but instead, Grand Tour coming soon. Stop that going. Despite me being infirm, I'm still pretty fertile. Okay, next month for real. You have another? Huh, how can you say such things, son? I would never take a lover. Well, are you chaste-minded, or... Well, your shyness to calluses may help. Could probably tell other people to... Oh, what? No! Stop right there. We'll prepare the Grand Tour very soon. As I'm trying to do some thinking here. Besides, it'll be a taxation tax, and all that money will be raised, will be used to build buildings that the children will inherit. For them to get started economically and militarily, so that way they'd probably be strong enough to try to stand up against someone like Benevento, or Capua as it's currently called. But I'm sure one day those realms will be split if that man were to have more children. Let's get started. Nine vassals to meet. Most of which controlled the other cultural festival. Yeah, it's all control related, so those events are going to get repetitive in a hurry. Mercenary guards will be needed. And I know some of that has hilly terrain, which is what Italia is known for. So these are the best we've got. And safety due to numerous factors. And I'm bringing every single person of this entourage here, which is just for prestige gain. I'm a just man, so this will do. There'll be a taxation tour. And maybe one day we can correct that problem of having above vassal. And for those that don't pay tribute to me, well then, consider this. We ought to increase the crown authority. Because we will not stand disobedience for this. Because I'd be willing to revoke your title if you don't pay. Cross-country travel. Time has come to depart my grand tour in Apulia. My court is packed, ready and rearing to go. Our first stop will be my vassal, Theodorakis of Theodolos Castrian over Lupai. I look forward to helping the people to contribute to treasure realm by any means available. The Amari of Miras subjects should certainly not have any surplus headed from the crown after this tour is concluded. Now, Castron is originally referring to a forest or citadel. Castron came to signify the Byzantine city as a whole. Can't wait! Tolls are for peasants. I'm named Mir. You know who I am. My arrival at Thermacus Theodolos Castron Lopez marked a fanfare befitting the Emir of the realm. Presence of my coffer wagon and tax collectors quickly noted. My vassal received me of all the requisite deference. Theodolos outlines a plan to assure me that if I is so fair and fine a land that merely gazing on the towns and fields will be entertainment enough. Only time will tell. Let's get to it. So control is increased. Which matter of fact, that's why I ought to do all that. Yeah, we still got our taxpayers. You did what? You, increased development accounting of agriculture. Bears! A few bear attacks have recently occurred at the edge of town at Polite Castro, killing several people each time, including a couple of my minor officials. Though uncommon, such tragedies are not unheard of. What is more disturbing that it's been verified by one of my officials who witnessed all the attacks that the same bear was behind these separate incidents. The bear managed to get away each time before the town guards could do anything about it. So everyone in the area is on edge. You know, we're going to get money in a hurry, so send some soldiers to help the guards hunt the beast. 56% chance that the soldiers actually catch and kill the bear. 43% chance that the bear still remains at large. And it still remains at large. So, the Leicester will not be having a good time with this. That's over here. In due time. Call to war. Almafian Macedian vassalization war. Oh, you're getting big, huh? I'll decline because I'm too busy with the Grand Tour. So I ain't gonna help you with that. Oh, thanks to you, with your architectural expertise, you help me get above the domain limit. Thus we shall make more fortune. I conclude my royal visitation. I and now my procession prepares to depart. Dodebacus Theodoros. His courts all lined up to see me part. With everyone present, it's time to collect tribute for bestowing my presence. Time for a tribute. Thank you. Hydrantos. Here we are. It's only a short trip, but I'm here now. Staying with vassals and having to change scenery is nice, but the constant changing layouts becomes increasingly confusing. When left to my own devices, I rarely know where to look for commonplace necessities, like where I might find a midnight snack. Haphazardly bugging through Thermachis as Ekaterine's Castron. I chance opening the door only find her and her husband standing precariously close, seeming on the brink of something intimate. Candles softly light the room and the sweet smell of lavender fills the air. My vassal betrays a wry smile beckons me closer. Why on earth would I want to do that, as I'm temperate and gregarious? I'll not soil myself in such filth. I'm an old man. And look, you already got the pregnant trait, as I noticed that stance you just changed. See, another reason why I did not want to leave you. Because I knew for a fact that you are already going to have children of your own. Because I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. Sword tax gained 3 gold. By the way, the recent updates that I believe it was vanilla, that gaining the amount of gold you gained from the Grand Tour has been reduced. So it's kind of okay without making it OP. Unless you're in Africa or the Silk Road areas where you have these merchants that'll make much more fortune for you. Alam will be the name. Trade up, please. Ravine. hear something different? The streets of Potenza are richly decorated for my arrival. My vassal Comite dutifully waits me. Ah, how I learned to yearn to delight myself with great activities and joys that I'm sure he has prepared, and to lighten the bags and away to their gold. Let's get started. So culture excess between us and the Longobards will increase a bit more, even though we're still trying to convert the local culture here, as it's a small minority, but it'll become a large minority before we switch over and make minorities out here. Oh, one more thing. I forgot the most important thing that I should have said at the beginning. Regarding who inherits what. But it's not much inherits much as, well, you see, I want the younger sons to get land of their own too, such as this one's going to get Carvassano. Another reason why I wanted to go towards the antagonistic way of the house unity, because I want every single one of them to get land of their own. And as for you, Stephanos, since you're the one to inherit Salerno, I choose you as the favorite child. Which, that option, as a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, you pre-select the character to showcase among your potential next playable characters. So, choose him as a favorite child. All the other children will lose opinion, because they're jealous of him. We shall see. And it's only because of what's the word? That Salerno is the highest developed area in all of Southern Italy, so I would like to play as that character who gets the richest part of the land. Streets hanging with tapestries. Ah, the smell of freshly cooked pork. The way Potenza shines during this time of year. The bells toll, the locals ready themselves for mass. They animatedly chatter about the birth of Christ. There was a donkey, I tell you, and it happened near the river, just like here. When my child comes, I hope you give him as much gold. A short play promptly follows, and the Lord is born. Such a lovely celebration. Use that money to build a trade port here, because this is part of Salerno. Fell pastures to be built here. There's room for another structure. What can I say? I'm an architect. Should build barracks here. Far and away. Off in the remote corner of the festival, I find an elaborately decorated tent. The materials and patterns are alien to me, so different from what I see back home. Its owner is stranger still, smiling knowing above class hands. Ah, Hanamiya, I see much in the future. Give me a coin and I'll tell all. Teach me your ways, wise one. More cultural exchange between us, and 50 trade experience for the mystic trait of mine, which will get it up to the max. Time for tribute. He gave in. Smart move. Now we head to the less controlled areas, because that's where war was effective there. Toronto. You got it. Touring the grounds here. Termakis, Dynastia has been quite a gracious host so far, showing me her lands and possessions with pride. I immediately take it aback when she starts staring, clearly trying to draw my attention away from an apparently unremarkable door we're passing by. Are you hiding something from me? Oh, Dynastia. I take advantage of her moment stunned, shameful, guilty. So I push the door open, I'm surprised to see what I find. A deposit of food, gold pieces, and general goods. Guards commandeer everything. Because that money is to be used. 1 second. Because that money is to be used to build a barracks here. And improve this as well. Meanwhile, wandering the countryside of Rosianon, I happened to cross what seems to be a gathering of peasants in a small hamlet, accompanied by their proud owners. Plump, healthy livestock graze, looking good enough to take a bite out of red as they are. Peasants occasionally bring their goods to be judged, analyzing their size and health. They seem to be holding some sort of festival. As I'm soon to notice, they're eager to show me the truths of the fruits of their labor. We should survey these lands. Every kind titled within our realm, even though it's only one. Control up, and I get a bit more gold. Gold is to be spent, not saved. 900 AD now, so turn of the century. So neighbor, Cosmopolitan has won against Amalfi. Told you amphibious assaults are very risky. Large minority over there now. Now promote their culture over in over here. You know, closer to the coast, you know. I didn't even notice you're the new Mufti. Depending on the development, but the higher the development, the longer it takes to try to convert the faith. So, I want you to begin a conversion of Salerno. It's a bit of a process. Tribute time. You refused? You're first, once we're done here. To correct the problems. Now, in Croton. Nothing much here other than vassals paying up. Getting a bit more avaricious by the day. We'll be heading to another neighboring county. whatever decisions you try to make, it's a bit irrelevant at this point. And you know, I should have managed the Sicilian frontier before I did that grand tour. Hopefully I'll live long enough to return home, and then try to do something that will help everyone out, for particularly my sons who will inherit these lands. Because I want them to be prepared. Today, Storaceus held a fiery sermon for all the children of the court. They were spellbound as he zealously read for the Quran. My son Zenon sees Alcertes destined for greatness, claiming that Allah supports him indiscriminately. That's right. Never forget that the divine is on your side. Yep. Thank you. Next, neighbor. '71, feeling poor. Hopefully I'll be around long enough to return home and enact my last decisions. Well, meanwhile, let me spend a few more things. Like these hill farms here. Yeah, why does this not have a hill fort? It needs to have a hill fort. But anyways, continue. Thank you. Miletos, not to be confused with Miletos over in Asia Minor long ago. Sure, each of these buildings I build increases the periphery phase, but we're so far from it that we shouldn't worry. Just build as you like. Let me give it a thought. Walls and towers. Every single one of these structures need defensive buildings, you know. I'm leaving behind a legacy with building all these buildings for my sons to inherit these lands, to rule it themselves. Tiberius, who is to inherit Calabria. He will be a charismatic negotiator, although he's content, craven, but fickle. So he would be the weak link, I assume. The black sheep of the family. One last place to visit at this end of the Italian peninsula. Should be kept well in mind that the Longobards culture does not have mottes, nor barracks, but they do have old late antiquity or economic buildings, and a ledger in 4 years, which in fact that should be taken advantage of. So don't convert entirely to Siculo-Arabic yet, because when that building slot, the free building slot comes up under Longobard culture, well, spend money on it and take advantage of it, because it needs a military building. And if I had my druthers, okay, you do have city planning and temple. I'm just envisioning of what am I looking? Okay, they do not have mods. That's a long time to go, unless our culture does not have mods either. We're still behind on that. And the Greeks, however, they do have that. Wish we have Greek minorities here. There is no different minority faith or minority culture to promote, by the way. So, no Greeks in Salerno. Not possible. Unless we get lucky where some will pick up and immigrate to there. And then I'll be willing to promote them. You just have to get lucky until you see Greek peasants that moved to Salerno. I find myself curious to see how the lowlifes in the region live, so I paid a visit to an establishment where locals seem to be growing quite rowdy. One man stops to tell you, commanding the attention of everyone within earshot. What do we even need a Thermachus? Well, anyway, Joseph bleeds us dry with these bloody taxes, yet he expects our undying loyalty. The tower building erupts to thumping and applause. Clearly my Thermachus is not popular in his own home. I don't want to fight Chelsea. These peasants have the right idea. As I tour the grounds of Venomrega, my host decides to take it upon himself to show off his hunting prowess. With everyone's attention fixed on him, Thermachus fails to even graze his target, much to the amusement of my procession. Whilst everyone laughs, I see the opportunity to outdo my host, show on how the mirror fires an arrow. Well, a bit of a hunter myself, so 56% chance that I got it. And he's pressed and gained prestige and renown, more importantly. 43% I embarrassed myself. And I embarrassed myself. The host has paid me to look away from a certain room. Huh. I at last managed to find myself alone in the wilds of Antiquity. My mind wanders thoughts about my not late wife, but my wife, Zara. I cannot deny that here is a place of true beauty, almost beautiful enough to match my beloved Amir Zara. I feel compelled to leave the mark here, so all will pass through Taberna will know my love for her. Perhaps carving a name into, I guess a rock. Shall be done. I'm happy to make my carving in a tree, but a sudden gasp from something. My vassal, the Marcus, appears absolutely horrified as he beholds my handiwork. Soon approached me, saying, "My lord, I have no doubt you are not aware that this tree is considered a sacred object to the locals. Fear not, I shall take the blame on this one. Just do not mention this again." Thank you. Oh boy. Thank you very much. And that's all the money we're gonna get from here. Now we must return. Seems our caravans become a little lost in these foreigns. Pirates are trailing around Neo Castron for hours. Though he has last swallowed his pride and asked for directions, he does not appear to be an expert Hellenica speaker. Fortunately, I'm fluent in Hellenica for many years. We're walking among the hills late in the day. The darkness comes suddenly, brought by dark clouds above us, and a distant loud rumble of thunder. Soon there is another, combined with a dazzling flash of light. And another strike brightly illuminating the area. After the image burned in my eyes, I blanket to see where lightning struck. Now there's a quickly expanding brush fire, and it's spreading towards us. What the Run! Fire catches us running away. I don't want to get burnt. Come on, almost home. Several peasants are around me asking for stories from my life. I think back of what I could tell them, and two stories jump to mind. One when my son Hassan was born to my wife, so it was a lovely memory. On the other hand, when I called the Ashari Holy War for the Mara Salerno against Comite Sarno. He's still around? It's a more awesome tale, likely to inspire loyalty and fervor. Everyone loves a war story. Ditch. Troubled river crossing. While across the river in Caramada, some of our supplies came loose and fell in the river. We watched helplessly as the water swept these supplies away. While a lot of our supplies are still with us, thankfully we're still lost quite a bit. My companions have different suggestions on what to do. Some say we should go downstream to see if we can recover some supplies, especially if they've lost shore. Others say we should cut our losses and purchase replacement supplies at the next town. Yet others say we should bear with our misfortune and continue along. Try to recover it. We're almost home anyhow. There. Bit more control in all these areas here. Gain the prestige and the renown. There's one thing I've always wanted to do. Because, you know, we're talking about the reason why Salerno has to be the place to be. It's got a special building. University. Bari does not have a special building. But we can use one. This would have been my last act, but due to his infirmary and his head isn't always where it's at sometimes. So why fight against these Mediterranean pirates when you can work together to profit off your mutual foes? So, anyways, for historical context, the line between an armed merchant and a pirate was often blurry. Simple looting was often not a viable long-term goal. Thus, historically, in many maritime regions like the Mediterranean, in the Indian Oceans, many elites often worked together with pirates for profit and gain, and to weaken mutual foes who were economic competitors. I mean, it doesn't affect me being just. We're just simply giving these guys a home. So the capital, Bari in particular, will have a pirate den, which gives various powerful military and economic bonuses that can be further upgraded Rulers who own counties of the pirate den have permanent access to all options in the decision to collaborate with pirates, depending on what body of water they're in. So Bari will have a pirate infestation for the next 10 years, but that's manageable. Regional rulers have started making overtures towards local pirates to cooperate for mutual gain when it comes to raiding and trade, allowing them to establish a permanent base in these lands. However, it takes time for the pirate leadership to bring their fellow pirates under control and integrate them to nearby communities and local power structures. As long as no province has an existing pirate den, capital is coastal in the Mediterranean, and do not have the modifier reneged on agreements of the Mediterranean pirates. So let us negotiate for a mutual benefit. That's what we were saving our big money on. Pirates of the Mediterranean. For years, pirates have operated from the coast of Bari to prey on merchant vessels sailing the Mediterranean. Yet there's more to gain if we work together. After all, it is not uncommon for ordinary merchants, like the ones we do business with, to turn to piracy to make extra coin. Nor it's unheard of for pirates to offer their services to enterprising lords. But previously, such things were done in an ad hoc, organized manner of our realm. Now, we struck a deal with the local pirates in exchange for letting them establish an official base in our territory. They will raid the shores of our foes on our behalf and provide us with a share of the loot, as well as support us in our military ventures. There is no shame in associating with pirates. It's merely another tool in our arsenal to protect our economic and political interests in the ever-dynamic, dangerous world of the Mediterranean. They will serve our interests well. Once again, that's for colonization is the reason why we did this. And partly, this is also for future rulers for those who wish to inherit Bari. To upgrade that, needs this. Oh, down there. Okay. Go back a bit. Must have a keep. Does not have a construction building and also cuts. Does that mean we unlocked that dynasty legacy now since you just did that? No, that's exclusive to Indian Ocean, I believe. Yeah. So you're never going to fully upgrade this building. That's only those if you live in the Indian Ocean area. But I will still not make deals with pirates. We just allowed them to have a place to be settled in. But they'll settle down. They forced marriage. You used that hook. Okay. Wait, is it matrilineal? No, it isn't. Okay. You know, we don't have the ability to build duchy buildings here. We don't have those kind of innovations. Neither is their culture. So they do have improved military buildings to help them out. The cheaper option. You'll struggle to make out the tiny letters on the scroll for me. I feel a headache building once again. Why do scribes insist on writing such small symbols? I squinted try again. Thought you showed a miracle with the aid of stone and glass. Even old men struggle with bad eyes I could read with ease. My bub. Require your assistance. Slowly establishing Islam there. Ah, the Sicilian. Convert an involved ruler or county. 1 second. No, that's Salerno, dummy. Over here. So you did successfully convert the land to Islam. Good. Islamization is being taking place down there. That I left them. Well, anyways, following Dev sends Lord Theophast, my son Zeno, what he thought. He expresses doubts whether any god will want to run the world such a harsh law. Do not expect to see Allah's justice, yeah. Just want my children to be a bit different than one would be. Okay, upgrade the barracks there. Oh, not you again! Makes me want to expose the world that you are a witch. Curse you. She would never disrespect the sanctity of marriage. She's my soulmate. Meanwhile, just a few years ago in Lower Mesopotamia, a young Hamdan Qamat was part of the Shia opposition movement against the Sunni Abbasid rule. Following events of the Sanj revolt around Baghdad, Hamadan worked as a missionary in the vicinity, collecting taxes for the future Mahdi. After previous sect leader died in Salamia, its leadership was passed on to Abdullah Fatimid, who changed key doctrines and later declared himself Mahdi. This caused a rift in the sect, which led to schism into Qamatianism, led by Hamdan Qamat, and Ismailism, led by the Fatimids. What became of Hamdan is unknown, but despite his disappearance, his followers continued to preach his teachings. Amir Said is a devout Qamatian who openly rejects both the Sunni Caliphate and Shia Caliphate. He and his followers gained a foothold in Al-Hassa, threatening a revolution if the Sunni Caliphate to the north leaves them unchecked. How far will their movement spread? Will Mecca remain a safe place for pilgrims? Time will only tell. This is the start of the age of turmoil. Here it is. These of the Qamatian faith. Anaconism, Gnosticism, unrelenting faith, equal doctrine, no Hajj pilgrimage, Zanaka, fundamentalist. Oh dear. He's a heresiarch and holy war and all that. So beware. It could do some bad things for us. And by us I mean all of us Sunnis. Puts me a bit of a curse. So keep making some money while we slowly, plant the seeds of faith and culture here. Today while I was going about the vicinity of my castle, I got approaching and asked for a few minutes of his time. As I agreed, he recalled a debt that I have towards him, and his slate is now time help in our need. As it stands, he wants his gold. How much? 200! Oh! Son of a beeswax. Match your word with deed. Well, I'm a pious man, so word's my word, even if it bankrupts me a bit, but I think you'll manage. Over the last few years, security standards across the marketplace in my domain have dropped dramatically, and I find this state of affairs causing troubles to the control of my counties. While questions about the management of property, substantial space for the myriad of local fairs and markets have been raised, sellers and buyers have become restless as of late, and more clashes with local authorities are being reported. Considering the political environment does not favor in particular approach, I need to decide how to see this issue. Oh well, more money's about to be spent, isn't it? It affects the domain that I hold. I will favor a diplomatic approach because I always have a high diplomacy. Because it depends on my diplomatic skill, which is 21, the skill of my wazir, who is also just as good, and traits gregarious, which I do have. Calm, compassionate, forgiving, diplomat, I don't have those. So I think we got a good chance at it for bold cooperation. So this will definitely get the popular opinion up of everybody. You got it! Managed to quell the population's grievances. Remember, 30 gold just to do the, whatchamacall, manage the Sicilian frontier. Because we need to, have an effect that will affect all of the counties, which will be inherited by my sons. Keep that well in mind. Just needed to be around for a while longer. I stepped over the threshold of my growth decision. I was fine bit deeply over a book. The translation, I got into atrocious, says aside. If Father follows these instructions, I'm likely to kill my pages. I'm to kill them outright. I have 100% chance that I will help him translate the text, so his learning increases by 2 while I increase my learning lifestyle experience. Back to being open-minded again. Back to the way it was, it's status quo. As my grows up to compare that everyone, my child is strong. Great news. Stop! Remember, I can't participate in grand tournaments, but I can still have a look, but no, I need to be here. Don't want to travel anymore, because I need to manage the Sicilian frontier first. Now postpone it, unfortunately, because I don't have the money for it. Because we're still broke, but we'll soon be out of broke. I'm about to manage the frontier in a few months. And in debt, this caused an effect for deserting levies here in Bari. Get out. Nearby disease, where? Are you talking about that? The drylands fever? It is a major outbreak of it, but I don't fail to see the relevance of why you think it would come here. Right. Let's help out this frontier. What can we do? Marshal's less than 8. Right, I'm infirm. I don't have the marshal like I used to, so yeah, that kind of makes sense. Foreign government practices, this increases the main tax and vassal tax contribution while popular opinion up. Update bureaucratic rights, something I've done previously. This is for courtiers. This is for monthly lifestyle interest. That's more personal. Reducing costs of construction buildings. Yeah, let's bring more immigrants over here. I've seen this way before. So we'll be bringing in more Arab-Berber immigrants. There's a 20% chance that a Sicilian stronghold will appear somewhere. We attracted the immigrants, but no stronghold as it appears. It does make progress towards colonization, though. So, every little bit helps, as we're still in the process of, building more buildings. The Dionypolis Reformation, that is way over there. A jihad or two will put these heathens in their place. But, again, fail to see the relevance of who the hell are you? No way I just reacted. County, Duchy. They do hold Sicily, but these are Amazighs, not Siculo-Arabs. But, I mean, it's fine. It's part of the Arab-Berber world. But where do you come from? Created. It was destroyed. So meaning they were conquered? Look here. Conquered. I think I see what happened. This might be a good possibility that, yeah, they came from all the way over there. I think they were called upon in an expeditionary war that I might have missed, and they managed to conquer these lands, and these are Amazighs. Fervent temper builders. And these people here, Dutch-Etarian low rulers may raid over land regardless of government. So, they're the ones that are more into raiding. And Kurds are more likely to become adventurous, so... Regardless, still part of the Arab-Berber world, so that's fine. The deer. Interesting, but remember, I can't hunt anymore. I'm infirm. See? Trait. Infirm. Okay. Any other buildings we could build? Tripolitania conquest for Nafusa. If I remember correctly, you lost Nafusa long ago. Yeah. raid in a stronghold. Raid via stronghold. Go ahead. Why the hell not? An expeditionary war it is, but I will not lead. I want you to raise them over here, so we can go towards the sea, then there. Where's Cabo leading? You may go. Yeah, hear you loud and clear. There's some unhappy provinces. Not terribly worried, so we'll be landing in Tripoli. Colonel appears to be learning a great deal in his duties as tax collector. This made clear as he accounts for his most recent endeavors. But to make good use of the company's soldiers, who made sure we got everything according to my lord. Skilled tactician. Well, you are one of the commanders after all. Leave the sword, take the cannoli. Oh, not again. Use my diplomacy. And no one of my bodyguards died. Most people over in Salerno are mad. Because they're still converting. So I want to create a, again, large minority of Muslims there, then we'll begin conversions over there. As now the Siculo-Arabic small minority. Again, we're planting the seeds until we'll say, okay, we'll turn all these large minorities there into majorities. Large minorities into majorities. That's what will happen for all. Damn bears. There'll still be some money left over. No, that time has not come yet. Maybe perhaps we could bargain with these. Actually, no. Because knowing that I am going to be playing as a character who rules Salerno, there are no strongholds in the areas of Salerno. That's yet to be established. Oh, come on, you can win. Guess the old tax collector's gone. Hey, I forgot about you. It says you got good aptitude because you got all the skills to, I'm tempted to say to pay our bills, but he's not only a good soldier, be with us as he is a Hegelian. In addition to being Varus, he will also be a good tax collector. Again, he's formerly Serbian, but he's fully Sunni and Siculo-Arabic. And we want him around. We'll be taking Nafusa back for our friend. It's been many years since the first Arab and Berber settlers arrived in Sicily. Another wave of peoples bringing with them an additional layer of cultural and religious influences to an already diverse region. Over time in Conversano, these settlers and their descendants have not only formed significant communities, they've also intermixed and associated with the locals, in whom they influence significantly and vice versa. A result of these blending of peoples, customs, and beliefs, the dominant identity in Conversano is no longer Longobardo, but Siculo-Arabic. Interesting. Culture spreads, while we're slowly planting the seeds of war over in Salerno, in and around. Large minority of Sunni Muslims established here. Now continue that process over here. But have you established, try to convert Islam in these lands? Have you? No, no attempts yet. Remember, some are more tolerant towards local faiths than others, so keep that well in mind. Not everybody can get to convert, whereas I am trying to make an effort of it. Alright, I'm the head of the School of Agriculture. That's only because there are no local rulers of Siculo-Arabic origin, because they've all been taken over by Amazighs. This German man who's, you know, not the involved ruler. So by default, I'm the lone person who has Siculo-Arabic culture here. Fascination is still ledger, which may be up in 14 years' time. Bonus is what we're currently exposed to, which will give us an accoladed future. And it should also be kept well in mind that we are on our way to the early medieval era in 15 years' time. Sicilians seem to consist the majority of Sicily itself now. Even appearing up there. And Siculo-Arabics still remain a large but visible minority in southern Italy, but they're slowly being established, especially under the recent waves of Arabic immigrants under my behest. Capua has been vassalized by Italy. That's no good. That means Gaeta will probably fall in line. But it should be kept well in mind that they will not join them. But they did that because they know who their Catholic Lord is. But we're currently busy with the war down there, as we're about to assist them on the way. Again, can't go to any tournaments anymore. Out of the way, let me take Nafusa for us. We have siege weapons, you probably don't. Yeah, previously fetching my clothes, the servant says, "Oh my lord, no one can find your garments. I'm surrounded by incompetence on what a storm watch over. It's my daughter, Sak, Mrs. Room. I discovered not only my raiments, but also the girl's wetners. I had no part in my lead. She dressed herself, Theodore responds to the girl. So she's a princess of fashion then? Children say such funny things. I shared the latest news from Imperator Augustus Louis's court. My hostage Louis sees on me amused, a faraway smile across his oily adolescent face. I've got a story, Amir. You just reminded me of it. Something never to repeat. But I was so little, feels so long ago now. He snickers with wicked delight, reveling in this rare power over those that he was earning. Naughty, crows Louis. Ever so hollowed, ever so naughty. A loose tongue leads to dishonor. Less likely to reveal his secrets. Good. Oh, the Sicilian strongholds are causing trouble again. We got 32 days. Development growth lowered. Behave yourselves. Wait a couple of months and then we'll begin negotiations with them. "100%. Your land is liberated. End it so we can all go home." Thank you. Wait a few months and then we'll bargain with the Greeks that live here in these strongholds to tell them to stop raiding. Created the Palestinian culture, diverged from Bedouin. Well, that's because you are over there in Palestina. Or in this case, he lives in Outer Jordan, not Philistine itself. You get the idea? Alright, now. Think. Oh, you can renege on the pirate collaboration, which is to remove the pirate den. I mean, it would be the just thing to do, but it all depends on all these factors. This would not remove the special building slot of these buildings due to game limitations. So it's basically a way to get rid of them. They have that ability to now, where you can remove them instead of being a permanent thing. Okay, let's begin negotiations. We should have enough money to tell them to stop doing that. Make an offer they can't refuse. Alright. So this is Stephanos, not to be confused with my son Stephanos. So we pay 55 in gold, very cheap, for an equivalent amount of goods. In exchange, you will not conduct any raids nor harass the inhabitants of the region. And as strong as current reserve a number of years. You gotta give me more. I'll be willing to pay you more. 100% chance that further negotiations succeed. So now what we got is more soldiers. $74 and I'm somehow still around. Thought I would be gone by then, but consider me fortunate. Though. But sometimes I fear Italy's power now because I hope that there will be a day where, because I guess we could do frontier raids. In fact, we could do a quick frontier raid because we need to establish more presence. Where is it from earlier? Current dominance. So the Arab-Berber dominance is starting to catch up now due to, recent conversions to Islam, and as well as a presence of new cultures such as Siculo-Arabic, and as well as the ruling presence of the Amazigh faith. Uh-huh. And maybe perhaps that we should start a war against Italy to do a frontier raid. We fought against them before, we'll beat them again. Ally with Capua. I know their intention. Oh, wait a minute. That's how they vassalized him. It was an alliance. Improve relations and therefore vassalization. Very diplomatic of you. And by the way, are you diplomatic by any means? No. Because there would be some true ruler is the perk you're looking for. That would be doing that. At least one thing's for certain. Once I pass, and the sons that will take over the Emirates, it'll be during the period of colonization. Build this. Because I actually want to start a Sicilian frontier raid against Italy to raid Apulia. Because look at it. Almost little to no control. Garrison is low. Peasant revolt's about to make us. You know what? Wait a few days. And then we'll raid. Trying to be smart here. They're occupied by these peasants. Leaves garrison little. I'll come in, do a frontier raid on Apulia. Just a quick war, and then that's it. And hopefully we'll establish an Arab-Berber stronghold there. Just to make our presence felt. And it's to test Italy's defenses. Yeah, I'm definitely going with that idea. But first, I would, yeah, blacksmiths will do. Let's do a frontier raid on Apulia. Well, actually, it's currently occupied right now, but Asarenza will do. It's another realm that's nearby, especially wedged between here. Franken's culture, so it belongs to. Move rally point over here, closer to home. Over here. Brazen. Then head to there once you're done gathering. One second. Oh, my knights, let's discontent with being led by an unlanded commander. You've been with me since the very beginning. You too. Only because you're not infirm. He demands he must be replaced. I'll say no. He's one of the good ones. It's a bit, you know, going more towards nepotism because I've known him for a long time. Nepotism is a correct word. Favoritism is the word you're looking for. Still trying to convert the... Well, we're trying to increase the minority presence there. That's the idea we're aiming for. Hopefully, I mean, keep in mind, frontier raids do not last long. They tend to be quick. Their faunas is no longer of any relevance. The Bassus and Nikos are packed to find themselves sounding without a purpose. Their fauna is free to take her leave and rejoin her family, if she so chooses. There's nothing to be done here. We have other priorities, you know. My son, Xenon, seemed to enjoy our latest feast immensely. Of all things, could not stop talking about the rich clothes and the grinning gold he saw there. What are you, greedy? Knowing you, I'll say these are the tribes of power which rule is ruled. Antagonistic. So, this would mean, who gets to inherit what by my younger sons? Ahmad gets Taranto, Hassan gets Gravina, Alam gets nothing. While the rest, such as Eugenius gets Bari, Tiberius gets Calabria, Stephanus gets Salerno, Xenon gets Conversano. Because I just want most of my sons get all the lands that they can. That is the aim here. Well, meanwhile, we're about to take this here objective, and it'll be too late for Italy to attempt to retake it back. That's the beauty about facing larger realms. That takes too much time for them to raise their armies. It's transitioning towards colonization now. And we seized an artifact. Pilgrim's Guide. Very nice. But first, I step out of my tent and the siege camp sprawls out before me. A ragged cap of canvas halls crowded between the barren slopes of the Iran forest at its back. The sky is choked with smoke from fires and burning cauldrons, flames so huge that they cast long shadows in the desolate field. Flags flutter in the stiff northwestern breeze. Colors stalk bright against the dune sky. Braziers, smoke, and guttering flames light the scene of a flickering orange glow. The soldiers sit around holding tankards of mead, relaxed with small talk and camaraderie. Smoke from the fires drifts and fills the air, and the smell of food cooking on spits by the bonfire grows, while lower ten approaches before the siege center. Got my bodyguards at the edge of camp. The Sagnoria of Azarenza stands before me, a canyon of shattered walls, and the fields between the line of blackened corpses of slain men and burnt out hovels choked with rubble. Bodies litter the scorched village, flesh torn from bone by swords or trampled, a style flying in the muddy streets. Shocked survivors stumble around the dark streets, clutching their burnt skin and bandaging their wounds. The children wail, and the wounded howl. All are too drunk on fear to understand their circumstances. A man looking in your direction. Spirit. And prison, well, that depends on who. Because they're all lowborns. just release them all. There's the Italian army. It's too late for them to liberate, but we can go engage them in combat somewhere, wherever the fight shall be. But do not underestimate their forces. Their commander, though a good one, just chase them away from their objective of the raid. And we hope to establish a Arab-Berber stronghold there. Be fighting up in the mountains of Avellino. Though not ideal, because out of all the areas of southern Italy, well, there are some mountains of other areas, but there are other mountain areas, but we're going up there and try to dislodge them. Advantage theirs. Oh, big advantage. Big mistake. Get out of there. Get out, out, out. Retreat, retreat, retreat. I led by Crusader devastating defeat of Impania. It's look, Lamberto Spoleto. How shall I respond to this disaster? Oh, it's my fault. It's my fault. I'll compensate the family of the perished. That was by my own incompetence for commanding to go after them. Come on, escape from prison. You should not be out there. Don't make me ransom you out of there, because you're of value to us. We're in a colonization phase now. War score, despite the battle loss, war score won't increase regardless. It's our fault. But now they're in our turf. So keep them away from there. Stephanos comes of age. Proud to see my son no longer as a child, but as an adult. An active and enthusiastic child. It's no surprise he's done well in his studies of war and combat. He's shown gratitude to both battle tactics and the management of armies. He'll make a fine commander one day, I am sure. Skilled tactician, unyielding defender. After all, I'm the one that sent him to the university to get further education. I haven't looked at his traits because we got other priorities here. As a consequence of the current state of warfare my realm is embroiled into, I pass a long time around of all types of different martial characters, most of all my martial. In this time I may be able, if I choose to experience the intricacies of warfare planning and thus the real possibility to increase my martial skill. The question that remains is that focusing on this here will not bring a penalty in other areas as well. Avoid mingling too much of these types. I don't lead armies anymore. Small minority established, but there's about to be a large minority there. And then Marsico will be next. Revenge! You know what? Come at us. I would be willing to end the raid right now, but no. It's time for revenge. Avenge the fallen. Aha. We can wait a few days. Unless he escapes, so we could get the ransom out of him before I enforce these demands. Right, now that you're here, pay up! 100 gold! Now, Rosa, the warrior woman, what can I do to get her back? You're at war, and she's a prisoner of war. Well, can you at least release her once this is all said and done? Thank you. As my son Sinan grows up, becomes parent to everyone that my child is dull, fast, a handicap that needs to be defeated. Okay, we got 100 gold from ransom, so now forcing these demands. This will get the legitimacy back up as we lost that battle earlier. So 55 gold for winning the raid. 33% chance that an Arab-Berber stronghold will be established there. 26% chance a random building will be destroyed, earning extra gold. Sicilian stronghold has appeared. Are you sure? Yes, it is. Yes. Now that area is home to a community of Arab-Berber soldiers and colonists, or descendants of such, who live in a fortified settlement, regardless whether they're or local ethnic and religious minority or majority or minority. They will defend their homes and fiercely will also engage in raids and attacks, even against fellow co-religionists. Of course, the only drawback of that is that whenever he wants to, he could spend his money to hire these Arab-Berber soldiers to fight for them. So that will increase the Arab-Berber dominance around here. Now, culture up in Siculo. So now there's a large minority of Siculo-Arabic there. Okay, colonization phase. I'll take this time to tell you what this is about. I mean, it could go to borderlands, but also it may possibly end in imperiality. What is that? This Citadel Frontiers title Metropolitan exploits its resources strategic location. Power distance range cannot last forever. Stability lurks around the corner. What is united might divide once more as ambitious rulers from near and far to fight over control of Sicily. What that does, imperiality, is dominant ruling class in Sicily will be determined by a number of counties, rulers, called trade experiences, rulers, and such. Well, I'm trying to think. Well, what that does, the effects, like say, Latin ruling class, because we know it on the other side of periphery, it reduces control. This is actually lowering the tax and development decline. It's just basically exploiting the land. To me, it's better than control. So now the phase effects of colonization that we're in now. So now, friendly territory levy reinforced rate increased 50%. Frontier raids have a higher chance of removing Sicilian strongholds in the target county. Good to know. Therefore involved, rulers of at least Duke tier may enforce truces below. Unlocks military assistance interaction. Special type interaction involved rulers of the Iberian, or in this case Sicilian struggle, allowing them to join the involved rulers' wars in exchange for gold. Payment is made on conclusion of the war, whatever the outcome, as long as the contractor has made a war contribution of at least 100. Claim liege title to power vassals. Claim throne scheme. Forced vassalization. Man-at-arms recruitment and maintenance are cheaper. Levy and garrison size up. Defender advantage +6. Culture. Promote culture proceeds faster. Befriending involved cultures the same culture gives prestige. Helping to claim in the same culture take an heir title gives prestige. Increases the development of a county with a different culture increases cultural acceptance. And cultural fascination for all increases. Excellent. That's what I want to see. Faith. Convert faith in county proceeds faster. Completing buildings in several whole leagues provides piety. Converting gives piety. Converting involved character gives piety. Learning a language provides piety. But conversion costs a bit more. Now for others. Holding taxes up, but development decline. Yeah, up in the development goes down. But the decision to manage Southern frontier is even cheaper. When taking a decision to manage frontier, the required skill is reduced to 5 instead of 8. Completing buildings and castle holdings provide development growth. Unlocks the foment revolved interaction against evolved rulers. Castle buildings, city buildings especially, and cheaper. And buildings construction are all cheaper, especially cities. So if you want to go to Borderlands, well, it's basically doing all these sort of things. But going towards Imperiality, well, mostly warfare related. So we got all this money now. Now, I'll be willing to pay the ransom. You greedy bastard. I mean, after all, it's a small price to pay to get one of the best warriors we've had in our arsenal. That's not. What are you saying? Yeah, as I said, I want her back. The Pilgrim's Guide is what we got. A book describing the safest routes for pilgrims, as well as points of interest in the holy site. It shines a pristine aura after being blessed in the holy site of Canterbury. Blooded blade. Hey, what is this? So, this swirling jagged patterns on this weapon are subtle indicators of this blade's relative brittleness. It's also a heritage. A weapon quenched in its blood of Duke Odorico from Liguria that we defeated. So this was his sword. It is usable, but it lowers prowess. It gains prestige. Strange. Was she the only one captured in that battle we lost? Yeah, she was the only one. And we're gonna get her back. Let's have a hero's welcome back home. She'll be on her way. Safe travels. Whatever threats you come across, she'll slay them. Proving that actually causes control decline. Be careful with that. But it does have other things that will benefit it in the long run. So make it a black market. Because initially, this thieves' hideout, though they are now indirectly subsidized by the state to prey upon mutual enemies, the pirates of this region only begun to establish foot on this part of the Mediterranean. Now will turn into a black market. Pirates of this region are working more closely with the local lords to steal goods from rival merchants and smuggle them elsewhere. It is a profitable arrangement, but not an uncommon one in the Mediterranean. So I guess the only real excuse of reneging on collaborating with the pirates, basically get rid of the hideout, is when control is too loose and need to get rid of them. So that's the only time the decision would sound like it would make the most sense. Curses. Those are cursed children. My son and his compatriot Antonov was caught red-handed having snuck an armory. You don't know that weapons are dangerous? Antonov had hurt himself. Fortunately, Ahmed ran outside and grabbed the nearest adult, admitting everything they'd done. Ahmed looks genuinely distraught. I don't think he'll be dishonest ever again. Yeah, you should be honest. Ah, good. The Longobards culture picked up Ledger. So we'll have another building going up. That would be very good. Regimental grounds. Lowering men-at-arms maintenance. Because knowing that we haven't had much in the way of men-at-arms these days, but when my son inherits Salona, he'll have to form his own army. Because he's not going to get any from the strongholds. Because there are no strongholds there. No Greeks, no Latins, not even us. And plus it goes towards the borderland phase. almost home. Come on. We need you. Because you were one of my bodyguards, I believe. Alright, you made it. Yeah, it's a wonder that both of my bodyguards are women. Won't be able to do it until 2 years' time. Let's end this episode this coming January. Just keep raising money and keep building buildings. Bridge collapse in Bari. A bridge in Bari has recently collapsed. It was a major thoroughfare connecting various villages in the region, so we must fix it as soon as possible. Two years. Send emergency resources immediately. Bit of a setback, but manageable. We'll be out of debt soon enough. Her first heaving. Keep your tooth. Till January, and I will end the episode there. Wait, actually, what? Okay, now we can end it, because I wanted to look at the current dominance. The Arab-Berber dominance is now tied with the Greek dominance, which, again, as a reminder, it's an abstract global value. It cannot directly change values. It's merely reflect on how many rulers, counties, or strongholds are in Sicily each role, as well as the trade experience of rulers in the Sicilian signori trait. Like, for Saldan, for example. He's Greek all the way, but now he's starting to turn around with the Arab-Berber. So, we wish for more people to take the Arab-Berber path, while others, like herself, should be doing paths for both Greek and Arab-Berber alike, due to the fact that she's not only of Greek culture but also Muslim. But now the question is, are they willing to spread the opposite culture there? Even though he's not involved, but his lovely vassals are. And since they're so far disconnected, will the realm be partitioned? Will Sicily be an island of chaos? Because look, hardly some of them are involved at all, so they won't contribute to anything. Which is, again, a bit more troubling. But, nevertheless. So now, Italy is something we ought to watch out for. But we can hope for a day, that there will come a day, where, where they don't attack us. I mean, you could purchase a truce, just to tell them to go away and do not attack in 15 years. But that's going to take a lot more than that. And soon, in the next episode, the Sarazim will have a large minority there. We'll do the same over in Mexico. And then after that, Turkat and Kamada, which there's already a large minority of Siculo-Arabics there, but not a Muslim faith yet. But thankfully, since the Longobards culture now has some extra space, we can build more buildings, so I'll do more building as much as I can before I pass on finally. So, figure 6. So in the next episode, we will see the last of Saldan, and Rome will be partitioned by his sons, and only one of these sons will be the one to... Well, who knows what they'll do, given the chaotic nature of this region. And hopefully none of them will fall to Italy, which one day... Well, he won't form the Empire of Italia, though he could if he wanted it to. But Sicily does not belong to you. So we'll see what the future brings for us all. Till the next episode, so long for now.